What's going on, guys? So this video that you're about to watch, like you saw in the title and the thumbnail, is going to be a conversation that I have with myself about, do I think mouse and keyboard is better than controller? Before you go into this video, just keep in mind this is my opinion. This is stuff that I think about. This is my take on it. Whether you guys like it or not is up to you. I was gonna end the video with me playing on mouse and keyboard and then me playing on controller and then comparing the two. But then my PC is kind of trash. It's a horrible PC. So I recorded for about an hour, and when I went to look back at the footage, it was the choppiest, laggiest footage that had ever been recorded. I'm convinced. It was horrible. So there's no way that I could have used it. So I just made the decision to throw it away and just keep the conversation part of, in the video. Unfortunately, I wanted it to be the conversation and then footage of gameplay. It looks like that's not gonna happen. It looks like the video is not gonna be that way. Just because my PC is basuration, it's trash, throw it away. No, I need it, so I'm gonna keep it. I don't care. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Again, please keep in mind this is just me and my thoughts, my conversation with myself, the way that I think about things. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's just jump into it. Was the wink too much? I feel like the wink and the guns were a little too much. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. It's just what I do sometimes. I never do that in person. Don't know why I did it now. Let's jump into the video. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to have the talk. No, we're not talking about that talk. I'll leave that to your parents. Today we're going to be talking about, is mouse and keyboard better than controller? It's an age-old debate. As long as gaming has been out, as far as I can remember, people have been having this conversation. Is mouse and keyboard better than controller? And there's a lot that goes into it. I personally have been playing on controller since as far as I can remember. The first controller I used was when I was a kid, playing on probably Nintendo 64 or probably Sega. I don't remember. But that's as long as I've been playing. And then I've never had the opportunity myself to get a gaming PC up until 2 years ago. Where I was already hooked, ready to go on controller. Mouse and keyboard was never something that I really wanted to try. But people who have years under their belt of mouse and keyboard always tell me, you got to make the switch. You got to make the switch. You have to make that switch. And I've tried it. I have. When the 2019 Modern Warfare came out, I brought it on PC and I said, let's go. Let's do this thing. I'm gonna get good on mouse and keyboard. I played for about 2 days and I said, no, thank you, sir. I will be playing on controller. Thank you very much. Mouse and keyboard, even if you go on Google, historically, the keyboard and mouse combination has been a far more accurate and speedy input method, especially for first-person shooters, RTS, and MMO games for PC. Aiming with the mouse is just far more precise than using an analog stick on a controller, right? Google told us this. Google knows all. So, I mean, and everybody knows this, right? That the reason that everybody likes to use mouse and keyboard is because the accuracy that you can have on a mouse is dramatically greater than the accuracy that you can have on a controller. The movement that you can have on a mouse or on a keyboard is also greater than what you can have on a controller. You have 17 fucking buttons that you can use. You have the WASD, R, C, Z, I, Q, whatever. You guys have that entire left hand of the keyboard to move, to control your character. And that's another thing that I've always heard is you feel like you have way more control over the character in the game. And you don't have that kind of control on controller. Irony, right? Because if the name of the controller, you don't have control. But I personally believe that it is harder to be amazing on a controller than it is to be on mouse and keyboard. Now, wait. Mouse and keyboard has a greater learning curve, right? Everybody that tells me to try it tells me, oh, just play on mouse and keyboard for about 2 weeks. You'll get the hang of it and you'll never go back. The level of accuracy and control that you can get off of a mouse and keyboard that you can't get on a controller. Now, if you go all over social media, if you go on Twitter, all these big streamers that are going up against controller players now they don't like it, right? They're complaining because of aim assist now is a big part of the conversation when it comes to controllers. I think, and this is just my thoughts, right? Because there's a gap that has to be bridged if you're gonna do controller versus mouse and keyboard, because of the precise accuracy that you can have with a mouse and keyboard that you will never be able to have on a controller. And aim assist is that bridge that's going to give the controller players an opportunity to compete against mouse and keyboard. I personally, as a controller player, don't think that aim assist is the aimbot that everybody's calling it. I've played ridiculous amount of Call of Duties. I think since Modern Warfare 2, I've played every single one. And there are a lot of shitty controller players, like a lot. All right. The percent of people that can go up against a mouse and keyboard and give them like a difficult time is so small. It's dramatically, like, I'm sure it's gotten, that percent has probably grown greater in the last few years, especially with cross-play. But the percentage of mouse and keyboard players that can trash controller players is greater because of the precise accuracy that you can have and the control that you can have using the keyboard. I guess in short, my thoughts is the mouse and keyboard is better than controller. And this is coming from a controller player who's used it and has never really given mouse and keyboard an opportunity. So yes, mouse and keyboard is better than controller. But hey, if you guys disagree or agree with me, just please let me know. I will always be controller again. I will always be a controller player. I don't know if I will ever make the switch to mouse and keyboard. Like I said before, making that switch will probably make me a better FPS player. But I'm going to end on this. The disrespect that has been going out to controller players because of aim assist is, I think, completely uncalled for. I think what's happening here is crossplay has created such a new world for like competitive gaming that a lot of people weren't prepared for, especially the mouse and keyboard people. I remember Modern Warfare, the multiplayer came out, and that's when they were saying, with regular multiplayer, it's going to be cross-platform. And initially I was like, well, these controller players are going to be getting shit on by these mouse and keyboard players. And then what happened? The controller players were actually giving these mouse and keyboard players a run for their money. And that's what I think the mouse and keyboard players started blaming aim assist. Just the potential to be so great. And then they play against a controller player and just get steamrolled. Now their get out of jail free card of why they got trashed by a controller is aim assist. No, I think you just got trashed, kid. I think you just got dumped on. And you're just gonna have to deal with it. Stop using aim assist as a get out of jail free card. All right. If aim assist was really the problem, if aim assist was so great, I don't know why everyone's not making the switch to controller. Right? Because till this day, everybody that plays mouse and keyboard is gonna tell controller players make the switch to mouse and keyboard. No, why? If apparently controller aim assist is so much better than mouse could ever be. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. Again, if you guys agree or disagree, let me know. And I actually have some video ideas. I might play Warzone or some Call of Duty game or another FPS game just on mouse and keyboard, just to see how horrible my experience is. And then I might compare that to playing one game on controller and just see the difference on how comfortable I am on controller versus mouse and keyboard. If you guys want to see anything like that, just let me know. Or if you just want to talk shit about me being a controller player, hey, throw it down in the comments. I don't give a fuck. But this was a random video. This was my thoughts on if controller is better than mouse and keyboard. And again, in conclusion, I do think mouse and keyboard is better than controller. You just have the potential to be so much better on mouse and keyboard than you do on controller. There's a ceiling on controller, and I don't think that ceiling is on mouse and keyboard. So mouse and keyboard is the win. It's the thing. Like when I have a 1-year-old son, when he starts playing video games, I'm gonna make sure he plays on mouse and keyboard because I want him to have that skill that I don't have. So mouse and keyboard is better than controller. I'll never make that switch, but trust me, controller players know that mouse and keyboard is better. But the thing that needs to happen is that controller or mouse and keyboard players need to hurry up and give controller players the props that they deserve, because we're competing up against you guys and we're giving you a run for their money. And stop blaming aim assist. Boom, there it is. Hit like, hit subscribe, talk to me, holler me in the next video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.